This is a brief tutorial showing how to use the Vernier Logger Pro software to analyze the motion of an object that you have recorded on video. I am using a video supplied by Vernier of a man shooting a basketball. My overall goal is to show that the acceleration due to gravity is approximately 9.81 meters per second squared downwards. Okay, so what you see here is the main Logger Pro window with all the commands and allows you to do the analysis. Now I would like to import a video to analyze, so I'm going to go up and hit the insert menu right here. Okay, you're going to go down now in the insert menu to the selection for movie. So the dialog box opens and you can go ahead and choose whatever movie you wish to analyze. Here I'm just choosing from my directory. Okay, so you can see here that I've got the video loaded up to when the guy shoots the basketball and it's been released from his hand, so now the only force acting on it is gravity. Now I want to be able to chart and map the position of this basketball over time. So what I want to do is move and go down and select in the bottom right hand corner. You'll see sort of 3 red dots and an arrow. That'll open up our analysis menu for this video. Okay, as you can see here, I've moved my cursor up and I'm selecting along the menu the big red dot in the center. That'll allow me to place data points that define the position of the object I'm tracking. So I've moved my cursor across now with the crosshairs, put it on the center of the basketball and click, and that puts a data point that tracks the position. So you can see once I've clicked once, the Logger Pro software automatically advances the frame of the video to the next one. It knows the time difference between the frames, so it can calculate that, and you'll click again with your crosshairs. And you'll slowly repeat that, making sure you're getting the center of the basketball each time. So as you can see, you just continually advance the frames, put your dots down to track position. This can get tedious, so for the purposes of this video, I will fast forward through the next little part showing all the dots that I put down. Okay, so I've got all my data points marked. But in order to get an accurate analysis, I need to know exactly what was the change in position of that basketball in the real world. So I'm going to go over and set a scale so that Logger Pro knows the distance between those data points. Now, you'll see I moved over to the Set Scale button. Luckily, a scale is provided with this video. You can see down at the bottom there's sort of 3 blocks right near the feet of the basketball player. That provides a distance of 2 meters long. If you're going to do your own video, you're going to need to provide your own sense of scale, like a meter stick or something in the frame, so that you have a known distance or a known sized object in the video that you can use to scale everything from. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click and drag a line along that bottom part there and then let Logger Pro know just what that distance was, and it's 2 meters. Okay, now I've just hidden the actual video now and gone to the graphing section where Logger Pro has graphed the position versus time in both the horizontal and vertical directions separately on this graph. And the one I'm really interested right now is the vertical direction, and that's made up of the blue dots on the graph. So I'm going to want to concentrate exclusively on those, so I'm going to try and get just rid of the X component right there, the horizontal component. Now, I have my position versus time graph, but in order to calculate acceleration, I'm going to need velocity versus time. So I'm going to put the velocity versus time in there by going up to the Insert menu and clicking on it. So by picking Insert Graphs, I'm able to input a new graph into the main screen, and by default, it's the velocity time graph, which is what we want. Time graph, and I'm just going to expand it in size so it's easier to look at. Well, you notice the velocity time graph is a nice straight line which indicates constant acceleration. Remember, acceleration is the slope of a velocity time graph, and this is a constant slope for the most part, so it's going to be a constant acceleration. But I want to get an idea and find the actual slope of this graph. So I'm just going to click and drag across a section of the nice sloping line, and then I'm going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to click on the button that has a little R on it. That's the linear fit button. It'll fit a slope and tell us the slope. Now in class we use negative 9.81 meters per second square for the acceleration due to gravity, and we would usually ignore things like air resistance at this level, but you can see here that we actually get a slope of about negative 9.529 meters per second squared, which is actually really close, considering not only we've neglected air resistance, but we've also, there will be some error in putting on those data points. So it's not too bad, and we actually get a result we're looking for. And the nice thing is we actually did this of a real video of a real person shooting a real basketball to show that it's actually a fairly constant acceleration for both the up and the down motion of the basketball. So that brings us to the end of the tutorial. If you have any further questions, you can just please email me or stop by during office hours, and I'd be happy to help you out. Okay, have a great day.